So when it comes to inheritance tax, it is absolutely awful. Like, you must admit, just waiting until someone moves on, and then the government basically just taking half. But judging by this article today, I really think it's about to get worse. Because one of the worst headlines that I've ever seen, it says that farmers have hoarded land for too long, and it says that inheritance tax will bring new life to rural Britain. But just that first line up there, saying that farmers have hoarded land for too long. Like, it's their land. It's not the government's. They can't just walk up to the farm and declare it theirs. Like, we actually have property rights in this country, meaning that your items are actually yours. But then you get people like this absolute muppet, just coming out the woodwork, essentially saying that, like, what's yours is theirs. Like, no mate, you can absolutely swivel. And it says that prices and rents will fall under Rachel Reeves' plans. Like, that right there is quite a forecast in itself, saying that prices and rents are going to fall. So I think it shows that he's just fully bought into the Labour plan. And it says that that will enable a younger generation with new ideas to enter the field. And look, right, that sounds great. Like that sentence there. They're going to enable a younger generation with new ideas to come in. Like I said, it sounds great. But what you've got to remember, right, that 40%, that's not going to the younger generation. It is going to the government. Like, does that make sense? It's inheritance tax. It's not going to the people. Because if they want to enable a younger generation to come in, that's why you leave things as inheritance. You leave it to the younger, like you don't leave it to the older generation. You leave inheritance to the younger generation. But he's now saying that if we take everything off the farmers, then that's going to let the younger generation to enter the field. Like, really makes no sense. Like, these farms have been handed down, like, generation after generation. And now the government's just going to come in and just pretend that they've come up with this incredible idea that's just going to give the farms back to the younger people. Like I said, it really is mad. And with inheritance tax as well. I know that the farmers at the moment are getting a lot of the press, because it kind of seems that the farmers are the ones that are most talked about, like when it comes to inheritance tax. But honestly, it's something that quite a lot of us are going to have to pay. In fact, I'll get the threshold up here, because you can see it's a 40% tax of anything over £325,000. Like, that right there, it's not much of a threshold. It sounds like a lot of money, don't get me wrong, because by today's standards, albeit it's on the upper end, but it is a house. Like, that's all that is. Because if you intend on leaving your house to your kids, then, like I said, I mean, there is a possibility that half of your house is going to go towards the government. And I know how that makes me personally feel, knowing that half of my house could go to the government. But let me know in the comments, how does that make you feel? Like, working your entire life, and instead of handing it down to the kids, Keir Starmer's just going to come in and take 40%. Absolutely mad.
This country has gone crazy.